You may not know the name, but I promise you've seen his work. Jay Shuster has worked on some of the world's most popular films, including Cars, Toy Story, WALL-E, and 2 of the Star Wars movies. Shuster was on the USAO campus as part of the Emerson Weir Liberal Arts Symposium, where he presented on creativity, collaboration, and innovation, as well as sharing stories about his own success. Shuster joined Pixar Animation Studios as a concept designer on the smash hit Cars and went on to work as a character designer for the Academy Award-winning mega hit WALL-E, where his design talents were used in creating the lead character. WALL-E. Before finding his place at Pixar, Shuster began his film career at Lucasfilm, where he worked as a concept artist and designed a variety of vehicles and environments for Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace, and Star Wars Episode II, Attack of the Clones. Hi, Jay.
Hi.
Well, we're very excited to have you here at USAO. Welcome on behalf of everyone. Just to get a closer look at you and your creative processes and how you kind of navigate all of that, the first question is, where do you draw your inspiration from when you're starting a creative project?
Wow. It's a good question because we're drawing inspiration from everywhere, and we're also working within the constraints of a project. You know, it really is, we have to immerse ourselves in everything. So in my role as a production designer on these films, where I'm leading an art team, you know, to design characters and environments for the films, it really is my job to dive into every option. Like, I listen to the director and where that story is going. It's knowing kind of where to go to find this stuff. Like on Cars 2, we took a 12-day tour of Europe,
wow,
which was crazy because you were seeing like 2 or 3 cities a day. You're driving along and you're just taking pictures and getting out of the car and running up to a beautiful building that you have a fleeting moment to, you know, cover this thing and get all the pictures you need. It's a ridiculous way to see Europe, but you know, it's like we're absorbing kind of the spark that we want to communicate, you know, to the screen.
That kind of leads into the next question, which is, as a character designer for one of Hollywood's top animation studios, how do you stay consistently creative? Really
being open to everything, which again is my daily job. I think, you know, what was kind of taught early to me was just kind of look at everything from a different perspective constantly, which is kind of in essence what you have to be when you're a character designer as well. You need to know this character inside and out, 360. You got to keep it really on model and make sure that this character can really emote, you know, from every angle on the screen. The process of making these movies is just so kind of hectic and chaotic, and you know, on a daily basis, you'll basically fall down. Like, there's no way getting through this process on a really daily basis without just, oh wait, all that work I just did, you know, days, weeks, months worth of work I just did is thrown out the window because the story was just rewritten. It's just a basic life kind of lesson.
So in terms of talking about working with different people, different types of work ethics, would you say that, do you find people who are great collaborators are also great innovators? Or do you think that the two are more mutually exclusive?
You know what, it doesn't take a great collaborator to, you know, to be the innovator. And or vice versa. I mean, you never know. The person who prefers to kind of stay alone in their office and kind of hash through things on their own terms may be the great innovator. And I think that's another thing that Pixar kind of succeeds at, is letting people work the way they want to. Eventually you find your own way to work, and they don't want to really get in that way. Like if you are churning out great work but you're not really coming to every team meeting, You know, it's nice to complete a project, and this one I've just finished days ago was like 5 years of my life. You know, it was like more than a high school, you know, career. But I think I'm more interested in the exploration of the project. It's just, you're so engaged and kind of in it, and it feels like you could go on for years. I mean, literally for years, just researching more and more and just making this movie, you know, better. But you know, we understand we got a release date that's, you know, just so far out in the distance. We have to hit all these, you know, gates and jump all these hurdles to get to that. I think it's in the thick of production that I really enjoy.